In this video, I'll be explaining something to you known as conditional statements. Okay, so in programming language, for that matter, any programming language, there are two things which are extremely important. First things are conditional statements, and second things are loops, right? So you can do any programming language in the world, and each and every programming language will have these two things, right? So right now we will be seeing conditional statements. In a few videos we will be seeing loops also. So what exactly are conditional statements? See, it is in the name itself. These statements depend on a condition. So these statements depend on a condition. So if the condition is true, something happens. If the condition is false, something else happens. For example, this is an example which I very commonly like to give, that if it is raining, I will carry an umbrella, right? So if it is raining, I will carry an umbrella. Else, I will not carry an umbrella, right? So what are the keywords over here? See, if is a keyword. If it is raining, I will do something, else I will do something otherwise, right? So there are two keywords. There is an if and there is an else. So this is what we have written this in English. This same logic is written in our Python also, right? So for example, let us say we can take a very simple example. Let us say that you have an exam, right? You have an exam of 100 marks and your passing is 40%. So 40% of 100 will be 40. So your passing is 40 marks. So you can ask the user what his marks are and you can tell whether he has passed or not, right? So we can ask the user to enter his marks. If the marks are greater than or equal to 40, then he has passed, otherwise he has failed, right? So let us start with this. First of all, what we will have to do, first of all, we will have to take in the marks from the user, right? So we can write marks is equal to int, because we have to convert it into integer. Now marks will be full numbers, marks won't be in decimal points. Int input, enter your marks. We have taken the marks from the user. The marks will be in string, and then we are converting that string into what? We are converting that string into integer. So that is marks. Here we can write, see how to write if else. See, in Python there is only one kind of conditional statement, okay? In Python we have only if, elif, else conditional statement. We do not have a switch conditional statement. In some other programming languages like C++ and Java, we also have something known as switch conditional statements, but in Python we do not have switch conditional statements. We have only if, elif and else, right? So first of all, what we have done, we have taken the input of marks from the user. Then what we have to write, we have to use the if condition. See how we write the if condition. First we write if, then we put a space, then we write our condition. What is our condition? If marks are greater than or equal to, see no space between greater than and equal to. Greater than equal to must be stuck to each other. So if marks are greater than or equal to 40, if marks are greater than or equal to 40, then what do we do? See, we put a colon over here. See, I have put a colon over here. Now see carefully what happens. As soon as I press enter, see my cursor will not go to the beginning. See, if I am on line number 6 and I press enter, see my cursor goes to the beginning of 7 and I can start typing over here. But when I put a colon over here and I press enter, see the cursor will not go to the starting of the line. There will be some sort of indentation over here. See, there is some sort of indentation over here. This means that whatever code I am going to write now, it is going to be inside the if condition. Whatever code I am going to write indented will be executed only if the marks are greater than or equal to 40. Right? We will see this if even further, but right now just see. So if marks are greater than equal to 40, what can we print? We can print you have passed, right? This is what we can write. Otherwise, if he has not gotten marks greater than equal to 40, then what do we do? See, I came down, I will press backspace once. Just as I press backspace, see, it has gone directly to the beginning. Here I will write else. Again, I will put a colon and I will press enter. So cursor will come over here. I will write print you have failed, right? So this is what, see, this line is inside this. I will be explaining indentation and code blocking in the next video. Don't worry. Right now, just take care that after you write the colon and you press enter, start writing over here. After you write colon and press enter, start writing over here. I will explain indentation and blocking of code in the next lecture. But right now, let us just look at if else. Okay. So if marks is greater than 40, we will print you have passed. Else we will print you have failed, right? So what can we do? We can save this, we can run this, right? So if we run this, it asks us for our marks. Enter your marks. Let us say I will put something more than 40. So if I put 67, it is saying you have passed. Otherwise, if I put marks less than 67, okay, I will again run this. Let me put 23 marks. If I put 23 marks, I am getting you have failed, right? So in this way, this is happening because of this if and else condition. If marks is greater than 40, then this line is executed. Otherwise, this line is executed. Okay. Otherwise, for that we use else, right? So in this case, but we can only check for one condition. We can only check if the marks are greater than or equal to 40. What if we have two conditions? Let us say that the conditions are, if the marks are greater than equal to 60, you get some kind of a congratulations, okay? You get distinction. And if it's greater than 40, then you have passed. Otherwise, you have failed. So there are three conditions, right? So how do we do for that? So to do for that, we will write code like this. See, first of all, we will write if marks are greater than equal to 60, then what? Then let us print distinction. Okay, I'm just taking a random example just for you to understand. Okay, then we have to do what? We have to write else also, but again we have to write if also. If marks is greater than equal to 40, then what should happen? Then I have to print you have passed, right? We have to write this also. But see, now what is happening? Rather than writing else and if separately, in Python we have common word which is known as elif. Elif is a combination of else and if, and in the end we will write else. Remember, there is no condition after else. Else gets executed if all the conditions are false, right? So I will write print you have failed, right? So this is how you can write your Python code. Now if we run this code, okay, if we run this code, we'll do Control F5. See, I will put first of all marks greater than 40 but less than 60. I will put 55. Okay, then I should get you have passed. I am getting you have passed. Now if I put marks greater than 60, let us say I put 75, I should get what? I should get distinction. See, I got distinction. And if I put marks less than 40, if I put marks such as 12, I'm going to get you have failed, right? So all three conditions are working properly. So how does this work? First of all, this condition, then elif this condition, else this condition. Now some of you who are a bit curious, you might say that when you put marks as 75, they were not only greater than 60 but they were also greater than 40, na? Then it should also print distinction and it should also print you have passed. Why has it printed only distinction? See, in case of if, elif, else, na, only one of these conditions will be executed. Okay, always remember only one of these conditions will be executed. It is not possible to execute more than one condition. So what it will do, it will come up with 75 marks. It will check, is 75 greater than 60? Yes, 75 is greater than 60. So it will just print this thing, and it will not even look at this elif condition. It will not even look at this else condition. It will directly go to the end of this. Okay, so that is how if elif else works. So just to give you another example of how if elif else works, we will see another example. Okay, so I'll create a new file. How to create a new file? You can go to file and new file, or you can just hit Control N. So I will hit Control N. Okay, see, in this code, what do we have to do? This is another kind of a question which can come in your exam. We are going to show an option to the user, and then we are going to take in two numbers. Okay, see, what we are going to basically do, we are going to simply create a simple calculator. Okay, we are going to create a simple calculator. So in this simple calculator, what are we going to do? The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to show options to the user. Okay, what are we going to do? We are going to show options to the user. What are the options? Option is plus. Plus is for addition. Then we have another option. This option is minus. Minus is for subtraction, right? Sorry. Then we have another option. We can write print. Asterisk. Asterisk is for multiplication. And we have the fourth option, which is slash, which is for division, right? So we give these four options to the user, and the user has to select any one of these options. So we can write print select an option. Okay, so he will select some option out of these. Now what we have to do, after he selects the option, we also have to take in two numbers from the user, right? What are the two numbers that we want? It can be any number. Okay, so we will write number 1 is equal to, this time I will convert that data type into float so that they can enter decimal points also. Okay, float input enter number 1. So he is going to enter the first number, right? Similarly, I have number 2 is equal to float input enter number 2, right? So there are two numbers that he will input. Now see, now based on what option he has selected, I will show him the result. So what does that mean? If sorry, over here I haven't taken his option only na. So over here I have to take his option is equal to, rather than print, I am going to use the input function, right? I have to take his option also, na, what option he has selected. So I will write if option is equal to plus. See, I am writing plus in colon, right? I am writing plus in quotation mark. Why? Because this input is going to give me string, na? This input is going to give me string. That is why I have written plus in this quotation mark, right? Now, why have I written two equal to signs over here? See, there is a difference between single equal to and double equal to. What is single equal to in Python? Single equal to is known as assignment operator. What does the assignment operator do? Assignment operator stores the value to the right of the equal to sign in the variable to the left of the equal to sign. Means what? इधर जो कुछ भी वैल्यू है, इधर जो कुछ भी इक्वल टू के राइट साइड पे जो कुछ भी वैल्यू है, दैट वैल्यू इज स्टोर्ड इनसाइड द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द इक्वल टू साइन. ठीक है, इक्वल टू साइन के लेफ्ट साइड में ये राइट साइड की वैल्यू स्टोर की जाएगी. So in single equal to, the value on the right side is compulsorily stored in the value on the left side. But when we use two equal to, it is known as what? It is known as equality conditional operator. Okay, this is what? This is assignment operator. This is equality conditional operator. It is checking if this is equal to this. it is going to check if this value and this value are equal. If those two values are equal, then the thing inside this code will happen. If these two values are not equal, then this thing will not happen, right? So what I can do, I can write over here, if option is equal to plus, I'll press enter, then there will be some indentation. Here I can write, here I can do addition because he has selected plus. So add is equal to what? Add is equal to number 1 plus number 2, and I can print addition is equal to plus str add. Why am I writing str? Because I have to convert it into string. Then I can write elif option is equal to, if he has selected minus, then I have to do what? I have to do subtraction. Subtraction is equal to number 1 minus number 2, right? Then I can write what? Print subtraction is equal to plus str sub, right? Again I can write what? Elif option is equal to multiply. If he has selected multiplication, then I can do mul is equal to number 1 multiplied by number 2, right? Then I can write print multiplication is equal to plus str mul, right? Similarly, what I can do, elif option is equal to divide. If he has selected divide, then what I have to do, div is equal to number 1 divided by number 2. Then I can do print division is equal to plus str div, right? And in the end I will write an else condition. If the user has inputted something wrong, if he has put a, or if he has put something like and symbol, he has put in a wrong option now. So we can print over here, print wrong option selected, right? So this is what we can print. So now I will save this code and we can now run this code. Now see, okay, I will just close and run it again so you can see from the start. See, now if I run it, what is it first showing me? See, it is first showing me all these options and it is asking me to select an option. Let us say I select subtract. Okay, here I am putting subtraction sign. Okay, he is asking me for enter number 1. Let us say my number 1 is 45.89. Then he is asking me for number 2, it is 12.43. What will be the subtraction? It should be 33.46. So it is 33.46, right? See, similarly you can do for other also. You can again run, instead of, let us say we want something like multiplication, right? We want to multiply 2.3 by 4.1. Even I don't know what the answer is going to be. It should be something like 9.2 plus 9.43, I think. Yeah, it came as 9.4299999. So it is 9.43. So see, there are a large number of decimal points. You wanted to round it off. So how to round it off? We have seen how to round it off. So in division, what we can do here, in division, here we can write at the end, div is equal to round div comma 3. Let us say we want to round it off to 3 decimal points. Okay, now if I run this, so if I again do division, what was, okay, even I don't remember, it was in multiplication. Okay, no worries. 2.3 into 3.2, okay, 0.719, that is the division. So only 3 decimal points. We can do it over here also, that we want only 3 decimal points. Mul is equal to round mul comma 3, right? So now if we run this, so what had we written? Even I forget what we had. 2.3, oh sorry, see, now we have selected a wrong option. We have put 2.3, so it will give us an error. See, 2.3, I will put 2.3. See, it gave us wrong option selected. Why did it give us wrong option selected? Because I selected option as 2.3 na. Option should be something between plus, minus, multiply and divide na. So that is why it gave me wrong option selected, because my option that I selected was not one of these four, right? So this is how this works. So go through this code once and try to add another three options over here. Try to add the option of modulus, that is remainder. Try to add the option of power, and try to add the option of floor division or quotient. Okay, so that can be your homework, and this question will come in the practical exam, right, with all the 7 options, and you have to create a simple calculator like this. Okay, so thank you.